Hey guys, good morning. Tommy here. Today we are working on a project, and by we I mean me. Um, I am doing a maintenance project, I guess you can say. I have a slight fuel leak, seepage, I guess you can say, toward the bottom of on the seal between the fuel injector and the number one cylinder here. And if I can get in real close, basically you'll be able to see that. I guess maybe not. But that's the number one cylinder right there. Now you got some seepage from the bottom there. Not really like a leak. It's just some seepage. I smell fuel sometimes. Basically when it idles, like at a stoplight or something, I smell it. So I would like to take care of that today, and that's what we're going to work on. Alrighty, we're under the hood right now, and these are my fuel rails right here. Individual fuel injectors are right here, and we're going to take the fuel rails off and pull the injectors out with the fuel rails instead of individually. I got to find out what's going on under this number one seal here. Something's going on. I guess the first thing we got to take off is this air breather tube here, part of the PCV system. So let's get this out of the way. Alright, pull that to the side. And I guess we should take off the individual wires for the fuel injectors. Now there's a clip, a gray clip, you can barely see it right here, and then you pick that up off of there completely. That, all right, and then push the little tab in at the top, and these wires come off. I will put this gray thingamajig back on there. Alright. Well, not pressed down all the way. Alright, and then it's rinse and repeat 7 more times. After the electric part of the connection is off, the next thing we're going to have to take off is the fuel line. Rag under there, because there may be some fuel coming out of that. Yes, there is. And then there's 4 10mm bolts that hold the fuel rail down. After that, it's just lift the fuel rail out of the holes, taking the injectors with the fuel rail themselves rather than taking it out of each one on the rail. So let's take this out as a unit. Hopefully it comes out easy. There we go. And the back one. All right. Fuel rail is out. Let's take a look at those seals. Over on the bench here, I've looked at the fuel rail and the injector here. This is the number one injector right here. This is the one that has been leaking or seeping, and I don't see anything wrong with the O-ring, the seal. I even give it a little stretch to look for possible, you know, contaminants, you know, around it, or a small crack, or even a little, like a little squashed divot or something that's causing it to seep past there. But I don't see anything. I looked at these things pretty close, so I don't know what's going on here. So what I'm probably going to do is reinstall it and see where it goes from there. Unfortunately, it's one of those mysteries. Over here on the engine side, I said, well, maybe, you know, there's something wrong with the hole where the fuel injector actually goes in, and I've been looking at that too. That's the number one hole right here in the intake manifold, and I looked in there pretty thoroughly, and I don't see anything dirty or a scratch or anything. The others, you know, there was no problem, but yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So we're gonna put some light oil on the individual O-rings on the injectors and slide the sucker back in. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a mystery. Over here, back under the hood, I'm going to reinstall this fuel rail, of course in a reverse order, which I removed it. Hopefully I can get these in here without dinging them up or getting dirt on them. Alright, we're good here. And that one's in. And that one's in. Alright, let's bolt it up. Put the 4 bolts in on each side, and we'll wire it up. Well, I started the engine, and there's no fuel leak at the O-ring for some reason. Mystery. I don't know why it leaked in the first place. But if you rewind this video, when I pulled the fuel rail out, you will notice that I grabbed a hold of it right here and pulled up on it. Well, I cracked the Schrader fitting that's just press fit into the end of this fuel rail, and yeah, it's held in there by JB Weld right now. So not only does it have to take fuel pressure, but it also has to you know, take the gasoline. I don't know how JB Weld is going to hold up with gasoline. So this is an experiment right now. So I got to wait 24 hours for this to dry, and I'll get back to you on that one. My fuel leak coming from the injector is not leaking anymore. Of course, we all knew that was a mystery. What happened to my light? Okay, my fuel leak coming from the injector is not leaking anymore. Of course, that's a mystery as to why. I just cleaned the O-ring and reinstalled it. But my futile attempt at fixing the
the end of the fuel rail with a JB weld that did not work. So all I did was stick a big giant rubber fuel hose over the end of it and plugged it up. So we have no more fuel leak, but I lost my fuel gauge at the end of the fuel rail. So I have to rely on my other pressure gauge. But that's okay, because it fits into the plan. I'm eventually going to replace this fuel rail anyway, and I didn't want to buy a replacement one now, only to have to throw it away eventually. So that concludes the end of this video. I thank you for watching, and please check out my other videos, and that's it. Bye.